Hi everyone, I'm really late. I meant to do videos for the last 2 weeks and just didn't get around to it. So I've got to show you week 6 and week 7 of Crochet Roulette. And the week 6 was red and space. So it took me a while, but I come up with this, and it took me a while to actually make him, so I didn't even have him ready for the day. This is Leroy from Lilo and Stitch, and he is Experiment 629, I think is what he's called. I never knew he existed because I only ever watched one of the Lilo and Stitch, but I thought, oh my god, he's cool. Experimental alien from space. So that is Leroy, and I love his name. And he has like these spikes on the back and then 2 spikes here. So hopefully he sells good at my market and someone loves Leroy. I'm in the middle of making Angel, and I'll have to make another stitch, although I do have a stitch to go and pick up. Anyway, so that was week 6. Then week 7 was turquoise. Yeah, turquoise, and it was enchanted. And you would have I would have thought that I wouldn't have a problem with that one, but I did. I was trying to make something different, something that I hadn't seen before, and then I saw on Nicole's channel, It's a Flamingo, Be a Flamingo, It's a Flamingo. I've got a flamingo here. Her channel is called Be a Flamingo. And I decided, she had this, it's a Sitting Goose by, who is that girl? I'll put it down below anyway. It's a shelf goose. That's how it sits. And I got obsessed. So the reason, it's in turquoise. I still have to do the eyes. I didn't want to put safety eyes in, so I've got to embroider the eyes on her. And she is my version of the golden goose, but she's turquoise, and her enchantment is to sit on a shelf and help people balance themselves. Because blues, turquoise, it's a good balancing color, a tranquil color. And I just had to make her in this color. So that was my week 7, was a goose, like a golden goose. And I was going to have a golden egg with her. Oh, I have a 3D egg, a golden one somewhere, and I can't find it. So, you know, that's my life. But this is so cool. So that's my golden goose in turquoise. And then I had to make a pink. I just think these in a few different colors, sitting on the top shelf of my Christmas market, 2-day Christmas market, would be very cool. And of course I'll put little, give them little headbands or flowers or something. And I'll have a few with embroidered eyes and the others with some safety eyes. I'm not sure what sort of safety eyes yet. They're so much fun to make, and they're so easy, and they're so cool. Like, they sit so good. It's got lots of black fluff all over it because I've been working with black, and because I seen it on Be a Flamingo, because she was the one that encouraged me. Well, you know, it's her fault. Isn't that what we say? that I had to buy the pattern. So I had to make one into a flamingo. So she's got lanky little feet. I could have done, next time I do it, I will try to curve the beak so it's more like a flamingo. I'm not sure if she's missing something. Maybe a little tuft up here, I'm not sure. But I think she's so cool. I did try to tell Nicole in her live that she had with Deb that she could make it into a flamingo, but I don't think they got what I was talking about. So I just left it. But yeah, flamingo. And now I want to make a big flamingo with just a little bit, maybe do a little bit different to the head. Because does it look like a flamingo? It sort of looks like a flamingo, but it really needs to have that curve here and maybe a little bit tighter in here, you know, so it comes out and down. Anyway, flamingo. So now we are on to rainbow and birds, which is great. I bought the pattern last night. I'm a little bit late, but yeah, I think I'm gonna sit in the car. Someone's sneezing over there. I tried to get a quiet place, and everywhere I stopped, someone was either blasting music or walking past, chatting, and anyway, I can't find a quiet place. The Girl Who Knots has a free pattern on her Instagram, and it's this little puppy. So I had to make it in her little man's colours. I did have one other, but I've had to, I frogged it, the other one. I'll show you why in a minute. And then this colour. These are so cute. And they're really easy to make. They're a really nice make. So I want to make a fair few for my markets, for cheapies, or maybe in mystery bags. And then Nicole's fault again, but I haven't finished it, a conker. So I've got him done. Oh, I think he might, oh, he needs a mouth. You know, I never do mouths. I'm going to have to. And there's his shell, except I've still got to put all the spikes around it. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult doing this end, but I eventually got it, I think. I mean, I probably put the eyes in the wrong place. I don't know, but I really like this. I want to make some of these with, like she's got the chicks with the outfits. Well, I want to make, I don't know, just some little ducks or chicks. They all look the same, don't they? And make some little outfits for them to have at one of my markets. So I'm going to have to practice. I don't want to buy a pattern because the pattern that she's got is just too big. I don't want to be. This took a while to crochet. It certainly wasn't quick. Anyway, I've got to figure that out. Then, whose fault was this pattern? Oh, no one's to blame for this pattern. When I was looking for enchanted creatures, I come across someone, and I think she's known. I think it's a big name, but she was showing all her makes. She was going to a market and she was showing all of her makes, and she's like, amazing. She has these bears that she does in different colors, and she made so many bears and so many other things that she's got, all patterns that she made. So I mean, they're available on Etsy. But there's one that I thought, oh my God, I really have to have that. And I think she called it Little Nessie. So it's a baby Nessie, or maybe she called it baby Nessie. I think it's Little Nessie. Still, I'll put the links. And I'll show you the first one I made, because she's a big one. How cute. I couldn't resist. Like, oh, I can see all the fluff. Oh, that's because I was playing around with mouth placement. Oh, fluff, hold on. So, oh, there's your fluff. Get that off. So, she's got the hand painted eyes. I did these ages ago with butterflies in them. I thought they looked good on her. I got a few different colours of this big, I think this is 30 mil. I've got a few different colours already painted, but I had this and it just didn't look any good with a lot of the makes, but it looked great with this. So, and it is fairly easy. You just make the front flippers, the smaller back flippers, then you start from the head and come down, put the eyes in, you come down to the neck, and then you make a back piece, and then you crochet it all together, and then you just pin the neck down a little bit on the back. It's sort of like what we do when we crochet the sea turtles, you know, to hold their head back a little bit. It's just that sort of thing. And then crochet down, leave a hole for the tail, and then crochet the tail in. Now, I've had other patterns that have asked me to do that, and they've turned out all wonky and everything, but this was an easy pattern to follow. It was so nice, and I want to make more. I want to make more this size. This is with the blankie yarn that's not available anymore from Spotlight, which I had such trouble. I thought I had enough to do it, but didn't realize it'd turn out this big. And then I ran out, I didn't have enough for the belly and the tail. And I had to actually frog two octopus to get this. I made a mess, threw eyes away and everything, but it's like, no, I just have to do it. And I thought of doing a different color belly and a different color tail, and I just didn't want that. I just wanted it to be all variegated. I just think she's so good. And I've got some stuffing arriving, hopefully. Oh, what's today? Today's Thursday. Hopefully it arrives in the next few days or next week. So I want to stuff her a little bit more. They said don't stuff the head too much because then it'll make it too heavy. But she sits good. But I just feel she needs, I don't know, she needs something. Maybe she actually needs a little bit in here. It said not to stuff these. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. But I don't know, I think that needs a little bit. We'll see. Oh. Okay, so that's her. And you sit there, little girl. Then I had to make another one. And I made this in purple. This is Zaddy Craft. A really good chenille. And I did the eyes. I just got a lot of, these are actually 23, I measured them. They're 23 mil. I went to buy 25 mil, but what turned up is actually slightly, it's between 22 and 23 mil. And it even though it's only a few mils, it really is significant. You know, I don't know if you can see them. I did a different technique with these eyes, and they look so good. And they're a little bit different, these eyes, because they're not synchronized. They're sort of a little bit flat, and the washer on the back of them is more flat. It's not synchronized. Isn't she gorgeous? Can you just imagine? So I've got these two sizes that I'm happy with. So in the bulk yarn, and then the Zaddy Craft yarn, it makes two different sizes, and I just want those sitting on a shelf too, in all different colors and some variegated. So that's that. And I didn't have much of, I didn't have a whole skein of anything other than purple, you know, because I love purple, of the Zaddy Craft left. So, well, I thought I had one more skein of this, and it's a rust colour. I can't remember the actual name of this colour. I think it's like Ambitious, or it's probably not. It's a rust colour. By Premier Colours, this is rust. And he has purple, dark purple, beautiful. Hopefully you can see it. I should have it out in the sunlight, you'd be able to see it better. But anyway, I ran out. And I had to, in the end, the tail, I had to scour around to get any sort of scraps like this that I had to try to finish him off, because the skein didn't, like, there was a little ball that I could make an octo left out of that skein, but this one, it didn't have enough. I don't know why. I can't remember opening it. No, it was a new skein. Anyway, I got as much as that, and there's like two rows and a turn off, and I couldn't find any more of this, so I had to put an order in. I didn't want to. Anyway, it's beautiful. Did I show you the dogs? I did. I showed you the dogs. Okay, and the other ones, I've got 4 more makes that aren't quite complete. They've got stuffing in. I just have to close. I think it's just like 2 rows on all these, and they're stuffed. And these frogs I sell all the time. They're $28. Everybody, this colour, this is from Spotlight. It's a Santana that is out of stock. Purple eyes on him. They sell out all the time when they're in this colour. And the last ones to go are the brown ones. So I'm not making any more brown ones. I'm just making either rainbow or these green. I mean, I bought maybe 3 balls of it. And I've got other colours that are pretty similar to this that everybody loves. So he's got blue eyes. And he's got these. This colour is actually called Raven, but it's a sort of goldy copper, or more a goldy black colour. Here's the other one. And the last one, oh, is another purple. So I didn't get around to making green. So green's the next colour I have to make. And that's all my makes. So now, I'll upload this and yeah, I'll upload this and hopefully try to make it again next week with birds in rainbow colour, because I've got a fair few bird patterns that I want to make, and I've also got from Jade the squishy bird pops, the couch brigade that she's got. I've got to get the capybara in that. But yeah, anyway, I want to make a few more of those. I want to make a flamingo in that, because the flamingo sold straight away when I made that. And at the last 2-day market, they were very popular. If I'd made more of them, I would have sold more. And they don't like them in the big size. They like them done out of parfait chunky, as opposed to something that makes them bigger. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully you'll see me next Sunday, or which is only in a few days, isn't it? It's only 4 days. Hopefully you see me again in 4 days if I can get myself together. I did have a market 2 weeks ago, and I didn't even think of taking photos. It's just at the men's shed at Beachmere. It's a small market, they're just starting up, and I really like those small markets where they're actually, it's only $20 for a stall, and it goes to the guys at the men's shed. You know, they're just fundraising for themselves, and I like that idea. Like people that are fundraising for something that I feel is important. And yeah, I really like the idea of the men's shed. I don't know whether there's something like that for women. I do know that there's something like that is a private thing. I could probably join. I don't know. Anyway, I did not very good at the market. I made my store back and I made $50. That's good to me. It's not good to everybody else. So, but anyway. Okay, well, hopefully I'll see you in 4 more days. And sorry it took so long for me to get this, but sometimes it's just difficult. Okay, bye.